How many times today have you said, sorry, when you weren't actually sorry? Sorry for taking up space. Sorry for asking a question. Sorry for having a need. Sorry for existing a little too loudly. Yeah, guess who else? Me! Today we're talking about why we need to stop apologizing. Not because empathy is bad, not because accountability doesn't matter, but because we are apologizing ourselves into silence. And folks, that costs me more than we realize. We're going to be talking about that today. Welcome to Turn It Up with your host, Al Maldonado. I just want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for clicking on this channel. All of my content comes from my personal experiences. Everything that you see on all of my videos, I've done. I don't make this stuff up. And my only hope is that I help at least one person. So if this content makes sense to you, or resonates with you, please like, share, subscribe. It helps me out to make more of this content. It tells me what you guys want, and I greatly appreciate it. So let's dig in. I hate to say it, but somewhere along the way, sorry became a reflex. We apologize when somebody bumps into us. We apologize before sharing an idea. We even apologize for taking a breath before we even speak. Sorry, can I just say something? Sorry, this may sound stupid, but sorry for bothering you. Can you hear it? Notice what's happening there? Before we even open up our mouths, we're shrinking. We're asking permission to exist. And here's the hard truth, folks. Constant apologizing trains other people to see something in you that you're not. It makes you look weak. And it's not their fault. I'm sure they're not trying to be cruel, because language teaches people how to treat us. I know firsthand. An apology was meant for one thing, and one thing only: to take responsibility for harm. That's it. Period. Not to smooth discomfort, not to manage other people's emotions, not to preempt rejection, which I believe most of us do, and not to make ourselves easier to deal with. When we over-apologize, we turn a powerful tool into a hammer against ourselves. And worse, we start believing we owe the world an apology for everything that we do. We even start thinking we owe apologies for setting boundaries, for our opinions, and our needs. I am so guilty myself. So who benefits from you apologizing or over-apologizing? Often it's the people who prefer you to be quiet. Had a few of those. Relationships that rely on your self-doubt. How about this one? Situations where your compliance is more comfortable than your confidence. And listen, this isn't a blame game. This isn't about blaming anyone. Many of us were taught that being nice meant being agreeable. That being likable meant being low maintenance. That being loved meant being easy. But easy isn't the same as being respected. What to say instead of saying sorry? Here's a few swaps for you. Instead of sorry I'm late, thanks for your patience. Instead of sorry this might not make sense, how about this is what I'm thinking. Instead of saying sorry to bother you, do you have a moment? Instead of saying sorry I need help, try I can use a hand. Feel the difference? One apologizes for existing, the other stands where you already belong. Let's talk about when an apology is really needed. Let's be clear about this. This isn't an anti-apology movement by any means. If you hurt somebody, apologize. If you mess up, own it. And if you cause harm, repair it. Real apologies are powerful because they are specific, sincere, and rare. Real apologies say the following: I see the impact. I take responsibility. I want to do better. Not the following: I'm uncomfortable. I'm scared you won't like me. I don't trust my right to be here. Got a challenge for you. Here's a gentle challenge for, well, the week ahead. I'm saying gentle, but it's really not gentle. I promise you it's going to be hard. I promise you it's going to take some patience and a lot of work on your part. It's going to take practice. I'm 63 years old. I have 63 years of saying I'm sorry. You know how hard that's going to be to change? But guess what? I believe in myself and I believe in you. I believe I'm worth it and I believe that you are worth it. Wouldn't you agree? So before you say you're sorry next time, pause. Ask yourself the following. Did I actually do something wrong? And when I say to ask yourself, did I actually do something wrong? I expect you to be straight with yourself and to tell yourself the truth. Or is it, I'm just filling in silence, in between the words, because I don't feel worthy. If it's the second one, don't apologize. Breathe, speak slowly and with purpose, and realize that you are worthy. It will absolutely feel so uncomfortable in the beginning. It doesn't mean that it's wrong. It means you're unlearning the years and years of saying, I'm sorry. Story time. When I was growing up, I was a product of a broken home. My mother and father were constantly fighting, constantly arguing about something. And guess who thought whose fault it was? I used to say to myself many times while hearing them arguing on the other side of the wall, Dad, just say I'm sorry. Mom, just say I'm sorry. It'll stop. I promise you, it'll stop. It never did. They ultimately ended up getting divorced. Am I going to blame my mother and father? Nope. I'm going to blame myself. And there's nothing wrong with blaming yourself and taking accountability. But now that I'm older, I'm realizing that I'm worth something. I'm worthy. And I don't have to say I'm sorry for everything. And I don't have to stop every argument. I don't. It's over. So it's closing time. In closing, you are not an inconvenience. Your voice is not the problem. Your presence will never require an apology. How about saving sorry for when it truly matters? Save sorry for when it's meant to be spoken, not just to fill the air with words. And let the rest of your words sound like the following. Here I am. I'm me, and I'm genuine, and I'm worthy to exist. This is a journey, folks. It's been one that's near and dear to my heart. I have spent all my life apologizing for things that I never had to apologize for. And it had a lot to do with my self-worth, my inability to comprehend who I was. Now I'm taking accountability for who I am. So, if this message resonated with you and you know somebody who says, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, do me a favor. Share it with them and say, hey, there's somebody else there that does the same thing and who is working on the same problem. Who knows? You might be able to stop this issue with them. And it makes for a much happier life. I appreciate you being here. I'll be coming out with more content about things like this. Thank you very much. See you on the next one.